digital economy, in our view at Intel, starting with data, and data is on an exponential growth rate. People are looking at this new trend. How do you make the data very interesting, have certain values to consumers? And I think Intel will definitely continue to accelerate our transformation to a data-centric business, from PC-centric to data-centric, and to transfer from a CPU company to a more XPU company, to have the end-to-end solution in a digital economy world. And specifically, we're going to continue and also increase our investments around artificial intelligence, 5G, edge infrastructure, smart cloud. This is our worldwide mission. With China, we may want to do it faster because China is growing faster on data. China is growing faster on digital economy, and we absolutely want to be a partner with China to help drive that effort forward. China is going to produce increasingly more, starting from the smart devices at a very large scale. And that's going to connect to the internet. That's going to generate a lot of data. Then obviously a lot of the service companies going to take that data and make it value added and services, or even customize it for individuals for their service needs. So I think China is going to provide the foundation of a lot of this digital economy, the devices, and also transmitting them and storing them, etc. So I still remember our former CEO said, data is the future of oil. China is not a large oil country, but China will be the world's largest country for data. So the opportunities for China to capitalize on the growth of the digital economy, I call it smartization of many industries, and then all the industries start generating the data they need, then transform to the services they need. And I think that will help to transform China, different industries, and really lead the digital economy transformation. We're definitely living in a different world. It's very complex. In the industry, we focus on doing the right thing. We never stopped our factories, not for one day. And this is also with great understanding and support from the government in Chengdu, in Dalian, where we have factories. They're very pro-businesses. They want to understand our business needs and our concerns, as long as we meet their healthy requirements, because they also understand these supply chains are so critical for the world to consume. They don't want, because we have to shut down our factories so the rest of the world have no products. No, we're more than 90% on-time delivery to our customers. This is largely because, number one, we call it IDM. We design and we manufacture. We have both capabilities in Intel. We don't outsource all of our products to a third-party foundry. Then you have to wait for the third party to build the products for you. And also because of the investments we put in, a few years before that, then we have doubled our capacity around the world. And we continue, we want to do better than 90%. But in general, once the world being impacted by this pandemic, and you're going to have factories that are impacted. Second, people are surprised to see the actually surge in demand for semiconductor products in many industries. Many companies actually saw record-breaking sales last year because of the high demand. People have a passion for technology, for new gadgets, for new devices, new services. People are not afraid of trying new things. So because of that, I think the rest of the world always going to ship the latest, greatest products to China. As a result of it, it's going to pull huge demand for products to be developed here, technologies to be developed here in China. There's national policies encouraging investments, accelerating R&D researches to develop products. So we as multinational companies going to have to really look at this and figure out longer term, how do we continue to be a partner with China? A lot of times people are concerned about with a wrong perception. They may think if China is going to develop this technology, is really going to replace my technology, my product. And based on our studies and our observations in the last few years, I've seen areas more complementary opportunities to work together rather than replacing each other. And this is probably very true in the auto industry. And so many people are so concerned about Chinese automakers start making cars and start replacing foreign brands. although there were very legitimate concerns, that after a number of years, when more and more Chinese companies come in, they didn't just replace the low-end market, they created a whole new market. It's a lot bigger than what it used to be. So all the foreign brands, not only they did not sell any less, they sold more. Then they actually expanded into new markets, a much bigger market. So we've seen that in the auto industry, in the smart devices industries, and I would argue even in our own semiconductor industry. So I'm more optimistic. I think there's going to be more complementary partnership and to grow together into the new era of digital economy from end to end, rather than saying, my product, my technology is just going to replace yours. A lot of times I think you have to really understand the industry rules and how industry actually work. It just came back in 2 weeks, and I'm sure I'll have an opportunity to talk to him pretty soon. But based on my dealings with him in the past, he traveled probably more trips to China than many of our other executives at the time. He was deeply involved in developing the local industry and working with our partners like Lenovo or Inspurs, etc. So he has a long history working with our China customers, our China partners, and when he was at Intel. And I look forward to work with him closely to define our next chapter for Intel here in China.